it's Suinda at Her Clear Path.
This is part
about
2
how I got
of
my
how I got
credit
my
score
score.
from this to this. I want to share my journey. There's been so many pieces of my life that have led me to this point. Who are you? Pursue your purpose. Now, the easiest way to increase your credit score is to make more money to pay off your debt. And I talk a lot about this on Instagram, is increasing your sources of income. So whatever you're doing right now, you need to make more money so that you can make more payments on your credit cards. If you can't make more money, then you can at least cut back on your spending. Now, I'm not going to recommend to you to do any kind of severe lifestyle changes, but you really have to think about what is it that you're trying to accomplish in life, what are your goals, and what are you willing to sacrifice. If you can't spend the time to make more money, then can you cut back on what you're spending your money on so that you can temporarily pay down your debts and eliminate some of that burden off of yourself? You can either use the snowball method or the avalanche method. One of them has you pay down whatever credit card has the highest interest, while the other one has you pay down the lowest balance and then applying that minimum payment to your next balance, which is the way that I recommend doing it. I also really used Mint's goal tracker and followed what it told me to do. I put the credit cards that I was most interested in paying off first on there, that I followed their guidance and paid off my credit cards in the order that they recommended. Something else that I recommend, because I'm saying pay off your debt a lot and I don't want you to get confused, I'm not recommending that you pay all of your balances down to zero. I'm recommending that you get all of your balances down to below 30%. So I'm going to show you, this is a tracker that I personally created and used to track my own credit. And this is for me to see where my utilization is and how much do I have to pay down on my balances to get my utilization where I want it to be. I look at my overall utilization across all my credit accounts, plus my individual account credit utilization. You'll see that I have a column for 30% and I also have a column for 20%, because now that I'm at 30% utilization, I want to aim for 20% utilization. That utilization percentage is literally what got my credit score from the 600s to the 700s. It's not any kind of magic. I literally paid off balances, not all the way down, but again, to under that 30%. So if it was let's say it was $1,000 credit limit, I made sure that the balance was less than 300. And after that, I paid the minimum. Now, I do want to recommend, if you have credit cards where it's like 0% interest until a certain amount of time, those I recommend you definitely pay off before that time frame ends, because you're going to get hit with interest from the very beginning of when you first got that card. And in some instances, it could double what you owe those cards. So any kind of 0% financing, be very aware of when it's due, when that interest is going to hit, and pay off the amount that's necessary in order to avoid that. Get your credit balances below 30%. Hell, if you've got like maxed out 99%, aim for 50%. You're going to see a difference in that credit score very quickly when you start bringing that utilization down. And one thing that I did, once I hit 648, okay, I was aiming for 650, but as soon as I saw 648, I applied for like 3 more credit accounts. I applied for multiple, maybe like 5 different accounts. I got approved for 3 new cards at 648. That was my credit score. Why did I do this? It wasn't because I was going on a shopping spree. I did this so that I could have more available credit. And just by having new accounts, I lowered my utilization percentage without paying anything. Think about that. If I have $1,000 of credit and it's maxed out to $900 and I pay it down to $700, so that's 70% utilization. I'm just hypothetically saying, if I then apply for another card and get approved, let's say for a $4,000 card, now I have $5,000 of available credit with only $700 being utilized. So that equals 14%. Is that right? What's the percentage? I don't know. Anyway, so you go from 70% utilization to way less just by opening up new credit accounts. So a combination of paying down my debt and opening new accounts responsibly. Again, I'm not going and shopping and maxing them out. That's what I did. Another thing that I would recommend, and again, you have to be responsible and you have to be able to manage this. If you're not able to manage this, then don't do it. But if you're in a situation where you have 5 credit cards, hypothetical, and all of them are maxed out, pick one, preferably the one that's got like some kind of cashback rewards or any kind of rewards program. Then I want you to go through your monthly expenses. You want to look at all of your monthly bills and monthly expenses and see which ones will allow you to pay by credit card. Utilities, most of the time you can't pay by credit card, but some you can. So check. Go actually log into those accounts on a computer and check to see what payment options they offer you. Internet, phone, cell phone services, Netflix, the Disney Pluses, and all of those like subscription services usually will let you pay by credit card. I'm going to make up a couple. Let's say you've got Netflix. Let's say you've got the internet, your phone bill, and I don't know, one other miscellaneous bill. What I want you to do is add up how much is your Hulu, how much is your Netflix, internet, cell phone, and whatever other bills can be paid by credit card. How much is that monthly? I'm going to, again, hypothetically, let's say is $400 a month on those expenses that you are able to pay by credit card. So take $400, don't pay those bills off. Put $400 on that credit card that you have that has a rewards program to free up that $400, and then take all of those bills, expenses, and set them up to auto pay out of that credit card. So you're accomplishing several things with that. Number one, all of those bills are getting paid. You don't have to worry about their due dates anymore because they're set up on auto. So you've just taken 4 or 5 bills off of your mind that you have to think, oh my God, when is it due? When is it due? Because it's going to automatically be paid on that credit card. Now, instead of those different 5 due dates, you've got one credit card due date that you have to worry about. Next, by putting on there the amount of money that you were going to pay on those bills, you're making a credit card payment. Now, what I also recommend is pay that amount that's going to cover those expenses, but then also still pay the minimum on the credit card like normal. So you're making 2 payments a month on that credit card, and that's going to help boost your credit score. So keep that going. You want to pay down your other credit cards while you're doing this. If you need to, or if you have room for cushion where 1 month, instead of paying those $400 towards those, you let them go to a credit card, you take those $400, pay off something completely, or that brings it down to the 30% utilization, great. You can catch up the next month. The same with utilities. I think my lights and my gas bill don't charge me late fees. So I took advantage of that, and I would let those bills kind of go for a month or two, knowing that they would let me catch up and not charge me any fees, and use that money to pay off some of my debt. Now, I don't know if the big gurus recommend this or not, but this is what I did that helped me, and now this is my credit score. So listen to me if you want to, don't listen to me if you don't. Do what's right for you and do what's right for your family and your expenses, and also for your financial literacy level and how responsible you think you can be. But these are some of the tips and tricks that I did that have helped me get to where I am. But good old-fashioned paying down your credit cards is going to be the number one thing that helps you. And if you don't have enough money to pay them down with your current income, think about picking up a second income. I didn't say a second job, I'm saying a second income. And there's tons of ways to do that. If you aren't sure, follow me on Instagram. I share inspiration all the time on ways that you can make money, ways that you can start a small business, specifically a service-based business, because I'm pretty passionate about that. But I will continue to share tips and information as I learn and as I see results. I will continue to put them out on this channel. If you watched this far, thank you so much for being here. I always, always appreciate that you're here, that you're watching, and that you're supporting. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, here at Her Clear Path, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.